This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? This is a get-filthy-rich-quick scheme, okay?
You know what I like more than flying in a private jet like this? My books. Actually not, but I do bring books with me because we were just talking a little bit earlier on, the question was how to figure out what you should do with your life, like your destiny, what you're meant to do, what your purpose is. And I find that's the most common question, and I was just thinking about it when I was here. We're flying to the biggest investor conference in the world.
Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. In a world filled with endless opportunities, why would two men who have built 13 multi-million-dollar businesses altruistically invest 5 hours per day to teach you the best practice business systems and moves that you can use? Because they believe in you, and they have a lot of time on their hands. They started from the bottom, now they're here. It's the Thrive Time Show, starring the former U.S. Small Business Administration's Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark, and the entrepreneur trapped inside an optometrist's body, Dr. Robert Zillner. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here.
Started from the bottom, now we're at the top, teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of 5, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the CNC up on your radio, and now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here.
On today's show, we interview the Domino's Pizza King. That's right, folks. We interview the Prince of Pizzas and the Domino's dominant franchisee, Eddie Hall, as he shares with you how he built a $20 million pizza business, one pizza at a time. On today's show, Eddie Hall shares with you his path to building a $20 million pizza franchise business and a commercial real estate empire, and how it all started by getting a job working at Domino's at the age of 18. He shares with you the importance of knowing your numbers, of having a calendar, having a to-do list, and just implementing the proven systems that work. If you want to own luxury cars and you want to live a life of phenomenal ends and means, this is the show for you. Because Eddie Hall is dropping knowledge bombs, like we've got a radar lock on an old school Saddam.
Attention entrepreneurial students, this is not a test. This is a real knowledge bombing. A total carpet bombing. Complete knowledge bombing. This is not a test. Please report to the lab with a pen in the pad where you can hide from the truth.
3, 2, 1, boom! You are now entering the dojo of Mojo and the Thrive Time Show.
Thrive Time Show on the microphone. What is this? Top of the iTunes charts in the category of business. Drilling down on business topics like we are a dentist. Providing you with mentorship like you are an apprentice. And we go so fast that you might get motion sickness. Grab a pen and pad to the lab. Let's get in this. It's time to bear some fruit like some Florida oranges. 3, 2, 1. Here come the business ninjas.
Sonic boom!
Yes, yes, and yes. Thrive Nation, on today's show, this is the most excited I have been to do an interview, and I'm going to go with in a year. I'm going to say a year. Wes, I'm going on the record. This is the most excited I've been in about a year.
That's pretty impressive.
Whoa.
We interviewed Sharon Lecter, who wrote the Rich Dad Poor Dad book. That was good. That was good. But this is so practical. So if you're listening right now today and you need tactical, practical skills to pay the bills, if you want to create time freedom, I want you to turn to the person next to you in the car who's listening right now with you and kind of go, shh, 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 shh. I want you to just, whenever you shush somebody, you feel bad. So let me shush them for you. You just look at them and I'll shush them. Shh. Then I need you to pull over maybe, get out a pen and pad, because we are going to enter into the Dojo of Mojo Faux Show. On today's show, we have the super successful Domino's Pizza franchise owner, Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall, welcome onto the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, I am excited that you are here, and I'm sorry I misplaced the microphone, but it's closer to you now. Are you feeling good today?
Yeah, I'm short. Sorry.
Okay. Now you started your career with Domino's, I believe, in 1999. Is that correct?
I started in 92.
92.
First franchise in 99. Yeah.
How old were you in 92?
92, I was 18.
18?
Yep.
And how did you get the money to start this first franchise?
So first franchise in 99, I was actually 25.
25.
So, yeah, to get that money, I actually partnered up with another supervisor that I was working with in Dallas.
Yeah.
And his dad had a $100,000 working capital to invest in us, and then we took our savings that we had over the 7 years that I worked at Domino's in Dallas.
Did you start off as a driver, Domino's driver?
I actually started, so 95% of franchisees start as a driver. I actually started my first day as a manager in training, but did the first 4 weeks of delivering pizzas. So
Go back.
yes and no.
Go back, if you can, mentally back to the age of 18. Where was this Domino's located?
It was in Richardson, Texas.
Richardson, Texas.
Yep.
How many people were working in the store?
So this store wasn't a super high volume store. There was probably about 15
employees.
Employees, yeah.
The 18-year-old version of yourself, being just totally transparent here. Were you an idiot at the age of 18?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You were an,
I was a punk kid.
A punk
Idiot. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when did you realize, wow, I can escape the dark pole of jackassery and not be an idiot? When did you have that first thought?
So working in the stores, I was still that punk kid for probably about 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
I was pretty mature at the time. I had left my wife in El Paso when I knew I wanted to become a manager. I was going to come out there, work hard, become a manager, then move back and marry her and move her to Dallas.
Got it.
So I worked up pretty hard. It was my supervisor came in one day and said, "You can't be these people's friends anymore. You got to be a leader."
Come on.
And
so you were, and how old were you at that time when he had that conversation with you?
I was probably 18 and a half, almost 19.
Okay, and so you remember it though?
Oh, 100%.
What was his name?
Mark Frisbee, my mentor.
Do you think that Mark Frisbee changed your life?
Definitely, 100%. Yeah.
Is he alive?
He is.
And where does he live?
He's in McKinney, Texas.
If you're out there today and you live in the McKinney, Texas area, and you see a Mark Frisbee, tell him he changed somebody's life. I'm telling you, this is so powerful. Some people say, Clay, who were your mentors, or who was your mentor? I'm a guy who I really, really like to read books from people that have figured it out. So wherever I'm stuck, I just read a book, or I'll relentlessly harass people. But I've had so many great mentors, and I'm just telling you, when you have somebody that unlocks your success, it's just powerful when somebody points you in the right direction. So he kind of straightened you out.
For sure, and I still talk to him today. In fact, I talked to him on Thursday. I'll call him and I'll fill up a notebook full of notes, just kind of old school stuff. I just love talking to him.
What kind of morons were you hanging out with? I mean, I'm not asking you to name specific names, but what kind of jackassery were these people involved in where you said, you just can't be around it anymore?
You name it. You name it, we were doing it. I mean, just, again, I was a little bit more mature. I already had a wife and kid, and so at a young age. So I kind of had to provide for them.
Got it.
But yeah, the friends at that age are always wanting to party and drink and go out and all that kind of stuff. I just wasn't doing that.
So then you got it together. And how old were you where you had the money from your friend's dad? He invested in you and the money you had saved. How old were you when you pulled the trigger and bought that first one?
25.
25?
Yep.
How much money did you save in your bank account on your own during those 7 years?
It wasn't a lot. We started off with about 15 grand.
15 grand
of my own money, yeah.
15 grand saved over about 7 years, working at Domino's.
Yep.
The first store, when you've got that first store of your own, do you remember that store?
And it was actually 4 stores. We bought 4 at the same time.
Do you remember all 4 of those stores?
Yeah, they were here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yes.
Where were they?
71st in Sheridan.
Yeah.
26th in Harvard.
Yep.
Gilcrease and Edison.
Yep.
And 91st in Delaware.
Let's talk about it. Making pizzas. We make pizzas. People eat pizzas People want pizzas. You sell pizzas. People spiritualize success. They always come to me all the time. I get frustrated. If you're listening out there today and you attend church, please understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. If you sow seeds and you water the seeds and you live in an area where the temperature's the right type of temperature, the soil's the right kind of soil, you can grow corn. You can. Heathens can grow corn. Christians can grow corn. Atheists are growing corn. On the Forbes billionaire list right now, there are so many really awful people who are on the list, and great people. There's so many great people and bad people. Money just magnifies. But when you say that because you believe in the Bible that God's going to bless your business, that's not the case if people don't want the crap you're selling. So turns out people in America want pizza. And I don't know if you've spiritualized this idea, but people want pizza, and pizza that tastes good. And people I know eat Domino's pizza because they like the pizza. But there's so many people running around like, what's my niche? I don't know my niche. I don't know how can I find my niche? And I'm going, hey, listen, I say this all the time. That's why I'm so excited to interview. I say, if you don't know what you want to do, sell freaking pizza.
Yeah.
And they go, what? And I go, listen, Americans want to gain weight. We want to gain weight. We want to eat the carbs. We know we should be carb-free, but we don't care. We want pizza.
Pizza and tacos.
Pizza, yeah. We're taking the kids home from soccer practice, and we're all going, do you guys want to get some pizza or pizza? Every time. Dad, didn't you just start Jenny Craig last week? Oh, yeah, but let's get some pizza. I mean, that's what we're doing. So help somebody out there who maybe is adverse to franchising because they say, I don't like pizza, or I'm not a big fan of carpet cleaning. Because I know so many people are making tons of money in franchising, cleaning carpets, who don't even like carpet, who don't even have carpet in their house. Talk to help somebody out there that's stuck on that idea.
So I actually, probably about 5 years into my career, I decided that I wanted to do my own pizza place. And I was like, man, I want to open my own pizza place. I started looking at the costs and marketing and all that kind of stuff. And I said, you know what? Kind of slapped myself in the face. And I said, why don't I do what I know and open a Domino's Pizza and franchise? And so that's when I started pursuing that. I mean, the thing about a franchisor or the franchise system is that everything, if it's a good one, everything is provided for you. You don't have to figure all that stuff out. When I went to my first training class at Domino's as a franchisee, they said, you're a pizza maker. You hire a lawyer, you hire a marketing person, you let us figure out the systems, and you just go make pizzas and make a lot of money.
Oh, yes.
And so that's a big deal in the franchise system, is hopefully that stuff's already put together for you.
I love this. And Josh and I were talking the other day. We had a great, I don't know if Josh... if you picked up on this, if you thought what you said was super deep, but you might not have felt it. Josh, you said, well, Clay, as it relates to business, I know you know what you're doing. So if you say to do it, I'm just going to do it. The rest of life, I'm not going to ask you for tips on necessarily, but business, and that's what a franchise is. You buy a system that works and you work the system. But Josh, can you explain this? Because you own your own company and you come to us not for life advice, but for specifically, how do I grow a business?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain that coachable mindset? Because somebody out there's just got to get that in their cranium.
Well, I think for a lot of our listeners out there, a lot of other people, not our listeners, but like other people that listen to other shows in North Korea, think that they have all the answers already, or think that they're mapping to a goal of being a millionaire. You know, everybody says, I'm going to make $1 million by the time I'm 30.
Yep.
But their actions map to the club at Friday night at 2 o'clock in the morning. So what I would say in that is, find somebody who's been there, somebody who's done it, somebody like Eddie or somebody like Steve Currington or Clay or Wes or whomever. Find somebody who's already been to the mountaintop, who's already gotten to where you want to be, and then just shut up and listen to them. You know, I get a chance to talk to some people, and I just say, and I told you when we were talking about that the other day, I was talking to a young man that we get to speak to.
Yep.
And I said, when I sit in the room with Clay, he gives me 3 things to do, and I walk away and I do those 3 things. I've never said, well, Clay, I just don't think that's going to work in my business. Hey, I really don't think you know what you're talking about.
And real quick, I want to make sure listeners understand this. I cite everything I say in the meeting, so I'm always going to pull up a case study or a stat or a fact. I'm never like, I think this might work. You know, like when you wanted to name your company Living Water, I was not present at that meeting.
No, sir.
And if you would have said, how should I name my company? I'd say name it something memorable. And you might say Living Water. And I would say to you then, okay, you're going to irritate people that are not Christians probably, and you're going to win over Christians. Are you okay with that? Cool, move on. But again, Reid Hoffman, who couldn't be here today because he's kind of a big deal. Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, says the fastest way to change yourself is to hang out with people who are already the way you want to be. Sounds like Josh Wilson. Wes, people such as myself hire you for legal advice.
Yep.
What happens when someone hires you for legal advice and does the opposite of it? I refer to these people as ask-holes. They ask a question, and then they take the knowledge and dump it into a hole.
You have to make sure you pause on that K.
Ask-hole.
Well, I mean, personally, it's annoying. It's just, it's hard to understand. You're paying
Why are you calling me?
$350 an hour to give you the right answer, and then you're going to go do the exact opposite. So you're going to pay me $350 either way. You're probably going to end up paying me more because now you're going to screw it up because you're not listening. So if you don't think I have the answer, don't hire me. And if you're going to ignore everything that I tell you as far as the right way to handle a situation, and again, I'm not going to give you advice on things I don't know about. You come to me for my legal advice. Some people just, they think they have a better way, or they think that they're going to be unique, and the 900 cases before them don't apply. That they're going to be they're in a unique position, and they're going to reinvent something.
I'm going to Mars.
That's going to change.
Live there and sell
the
pizza.
the entire world is going to bow down when they come out with this grand idea. So, I think people do that in the business world too. Though they don't want to take an established, proven system or a product. They want to be unique. They want to find a unicorn. They want to do something special. And I think that leads a lot of people to poverty.
Now, doing something special. Eddie, you drive special cars, I think.
I think so, yeah.
What are some of the cars you have that are special? Because, again, someone might say, you're not special because you're just selling pizza. So, people like to minimize franchisees. I see this all the time.
Yeah.
Do you have you ever had this happen to you where people who, are creative, highbrow, educated people, they're like, oh, you just sell freaking pizza, right? I mean, do you drive special cars?
I do.
What are some special cars?
Yeah, I have a GT3 RS. I have a Porsche Turbo. I have an 81 wide body that we just finished.
Those are special cars.
Pretty special, yeah.
But what happens is somebody could be out there trying to come up with that special, unique business model that never works, and then they get to live a special way called homelessness.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a pizza/latte store.
Ooh.
/ neon sign
with local art that we sell on the side.
That's you see this all the time, and then you know your life is really falling off the wagon when you independently sell pinion wood 2 to 5 days a week. That's when the life is falling off the wagon. Have you seen these stores where they're open 2 to 5 days a week? They have little signs up that say we might be open or might not.
Might have wood.
Might have wood. There it is. Okay, so now you got the funding. You put in your money.
Yes.
As well as this other gentleman's money. Yes. How did you guys split profits? Did you agree 50-50? Was it 30-30 for 30?
Yeah, so we structured the company. There always has to be a 51% franchisee in the franchise system. Yeah. So Mike Higgins, which was my partner, he took on the 51%, and then me and his dad split the rest. But we did a 50-50 split on the profits. I was the operational guy in the system, so I kind of ran the operations when we first came out here. We were also in the middle of a sell, so we flipped those stores really quick. We bought them in August 99, flipped them in January of 2000. So there wasn't a whole lot to do when we first took them over. It was after that when I stayed on with that guy that we did more here in the Tulsa area.
Now, Dr. Z is not involved in franchising. He always says you have to have a 51% partner or he won't get into the business. Why do they require a 51% partner in the world of franchising?
Well, in Domino's case, it's so they can protect the brand.
Yep.
They got to make sure that somebody's in charge, somebody's making the decisions, and somebody's working the business. In fact, Domino's doesn't even allow you to do other businesses. So
Sweet.
You can't be a Domino's franchisee and own a Burger King.
You how many Domino's do you have now? How many do you own?
We have 17 with 3 more on the way.
17 with 3 more on the way?
Yeah.
Now, if you don't want to tell me, it's fine, but I want to know. And I'm going to ask you, and if you say no, I'll just come back again in a different way. I'm just kidding. For elephant in the room, when someone cuts their hair, when we cut someone's hair, the average ticket price is $42, and we're going to make about a 20% margin as a company, about $8.50 per cut average. I pay myself 2 of those dollars. When I get a pizza at Domino's, which we've done, I get a pizza at Domino's and we get a extra large or something, and say it's about $20 for an extra large ish.
Sure. Yeah. Close enough.
You know, there are socialists that peak on this show sometimes. There's people out there that are, Steve, there are people who are not,
They don't stay
capitalists.
very long.
They're in the Edmonton region up there, and they're right now laying on the railroad tracks, blocking shipments up there in Canada.
Is this question ethical?
They're in Skid Row out there in L.A. They're living in their mom's basement. They're at the medical marijuana store where the only thing they need pot for is not medical reasons. They're there, and they're going. He's going to ask, isn't he? Do you make a profit?
Yes, we do.
Okay, the cat's out of the bag. Now, do you guys try to stick in the 10%, 20% range? Is there a certain range, 40%? What do you do?
We run about 15%.
15%.
Yeah, and each store is different. I mean, my higher volume stores, of course, with great operations, can run up to 25% cash flow EBITDA.
So again, let's talk about this. So if I buy a pizza for $20, you are getting. If the pizza's good, I'm happy. I pay that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You're going to make about $3.
Yep.
You got to sell a lot of $3 to make a lot of money, don't you?
A lot of them. Yep.
How many pizzas do you sell in a month?
Well, we'll do about 20 million this year in sales out of.
Did you say
stores.
20 million?
20 million, yeah.
Of pizzas?
Yep.
That's a lot of Domino's.
Simple math seems like that's about 1 million pizzas.
I feel like
that's a lot of pizza.
I feel like Bernie Sanders is mad right now because Bernie wants people to be able to make money selling feelings, and the fact that you were born here, he wants to be able to monetize the fact that, like, I'm somebody too, or I have a degree. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to make sure you get this. If you want to make millions, sell pizza, because Americans want to get fat. Write that down. Now, this is another deep thought, another tip for you. Years ago, I worked with a fitness company, and they used to send people text messages that would remind you to say, and they never sent it to you, Eddie, by the way, but they would send it to people and they'd say, Eddie, you haven't been here in like 2 days. Because they have a swipe card and they know if you've been to work out or not. And they send you a text that says, we haven't seen you in 2 days. Come see us at the Yada Yada gym. And I told my client, I said, listen, I've worked with major big box gyms now on 4 occasions. Do not do that. I'm like, no, we want to do it. I'm like, listen, I'm telling you this. If you send people text message reminders, they will cancel as a way to say thank you. And seriously, but people want to have pizza parties at the gym where it's judgment free. Yeah. So you need to put fit people on the billboards, serve pizza in the gym. That's a move.
I was going to say the texts work for pizza.
Oh my gosh. So
reminding
again,
you haven't ordered today.
So again, but in the franchise world, the text message, it texts you something like, "Are you hungry?" or something. And when in your office, I'm sure you're the one who does this. You are fattening my office up, which is good because winter's coming. But you send a text, I believe you do, or someone does, and it works. And it says something like, "Are you hungry?" And all of a sudden, I see Domino's boxes appearing around my office. Do you do that?
I don't personally send those out, but they go out from our system. Yeah. With a special or a coupon, and it tells you, it says.
But Eddie's not on a subscription. That the problem with the gyms is you're reminding yourself, you're right, I haven't been in 3 months. Why am I still paying for that? Yeah.
But you see, certain franchises, that's what I'm saying, is certain franchises, like Planet Fitness, in my opinion, gets it for fitness. They get it. Let's have a gym, call it judgment free. This is if you want to open a Planet Fitness, these are the tips. I'm giving them to you. Skinny people on the billboards, attractive people. Pizza parties in the gym. Do not remind people to come work out. That's not what they're doing. They just want to pretend like they want to work out. That's the key. You're selling the ability for them to work out, not the accountability to work out. That's a Planet Fitness. Now, back to the pizza place. Text people. They're hungry all the time. So what are some of the systems that work at Domino's where you've maybe seen franchisees push back on, but they work? Like systems where you go, this works, man, but people push back.
Man, I have the biggest one for you. So back in 2005, Domino's decided that they wanted to roll out a one system for all stores. And there was a huge pushback from the franchisees. But it is why our stock's at, what, 362 today or something like that now.
Like a software system or like an operating system?
It's a POS system.
Gotcha.
So we're all uniformed across the board. And now we have so many systems in place because of that. I can check right now. I can pull out my phone right now and show you to the minute what my sales are, what my food cost is, what my labor cost is. I can look at each, and if you just place an order, I can actually go click on that order and see where it is in the store. I can tell if it's left yet or hasn't left yet. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
That's cool.
So that was one of the biggest things. There's hundreds of systems that they put in place, But that's the biggest one where there was some pushback, and then now it's been amazing.
So have you seen that lead to increased revenue?
Oh, for sure. Our online ordering system came out of that.
Yeah.
And if you remember, Patrick Doyle, our ex-CEO, he came out and said, we are a tech company that sells pizza.
There we go.
We would not have been able to do that without this POS system.
Now, what I see, and again, I just want to get into the nitty-gritty because this is so important. When you buy at Domino's, you have checklists for everything.
Yep.
You have a suggested org chart. You have an operations manual. You have a franchise disclosure document that discloses all these details. And some people hate the checklists because that would require them to be in a cage. And some people love it because they go with all the checklists that represents freedom. I think that you believe that the systems and checklists create freedom. Maybe you don't. But some people, they hate. I see people that buy a franchise, not necessarily a Domino's, but they'll buy a franchise, and they hate the checklist. They hate the lack of creativity. They're like, why can't I change my logo? Can you what is your mindset with all the systems?
Look what I brought with me today. A checklist. So, I live off them. It's what I do every single day. I love that fact about Domino's. They're really good about it. I don't believe in reinventing the wheel. So let's use what works already. It's already been proven.
Yep.
And Domino's is good at that. So I love all that stuff.
When did you feel like you first started to gain traction as a Domino's owner? When did you feel like, you know what, I actually am going to rock and roll? Or did you ever even have any doubt at all?
So there's I have two answers to that. The first time was in 2006. We had 4 stores, and we grew from 4 stores to 21 stores in 18 months. So I kind of felt like, I made it. And then 2008 happened, and I didn't make it, and we kind of got crushed. So I had to reorganize and downsize. So I would say probably the second time was more recent, within the last 6 years.
Yeah.
We really started growing, started pursuing commercial real estate on the side of Domino's. And so
you mean a simple-minded person that makes their millions one pizza at a time can buy commercial real estate too?
Oh yeah, for sure. We had 3 properties in 2016, and now we have 15.
I was. Do you like to read or no? Are you a reader guy?
So I'm not. I listen. So
okay.
I'm not a huge
just the thing that you would like behind you on the wall. There's a picture right there of Henry Ford chopping wood, and the guy looking at him chopping wood is Thomas Edison. And over here is another picture of Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, William Wrigley, John D. Rockefeller. They're all hanging out. So you got Roy Firestone, you got Henry Ford, you got Carnegie, and they're all in the same place chopping wood. And some people say, well, this was the criticism on Henry Ford. As they said, this guy is a mental numbskull. Henry Ford, this guy. All he does is makes black vehicles. He's a simpleton. And the criticism on Eazy-E, Thomas Edison, was that this guy's just like a simple dude. The most prolific inventor of all time. They're like, this guy is myopically focused. And I think a lot of times franchisees, and I work a lot in the franchisee space, you guys get labeled as being morons. I see it all the time by people who are the creatives. I see a lot of college campuses railing against these business professors, railing against the lack of creativity. I think this is like all they do is sell pizzas. So let's talk about the U 2.0. Yes, you're making a lot of money selling pizzas. Commercial real estate. What was your first buy, your first property where you bought it and said, that was a win for America? The first one where you said, good job.
So I actually bought 2 locations when we grew to that 21 stores, so they kind of came with the purchase.
Yeah.
But my really first, let's buy this property and build it up was this property at 71st and Memorial.
Got it.
Pretty big purchase, $785,000 property that we spent about $300,000 on redoing. And so to be at 71st and Memorial in Tulsa, Oklahoma, with a Domino's, which by the way is right next to Pizza Hut, we did that on purpose. Was
opened
pretty awesome.
up right next to Pizza Hut?
Same parking lot.
I'm looking at the screen here because Kendall's going to get this on video here, and you might you'll see on the big screen here. Is this the right corner? Am I looking at the right corner? Which corner do I need to turn to? I want to make sure the folks on YouTube can see it.
It is on the southeast corner.
Southeast. So I'm going to go south. Right here?
Yep.
Okay, going this way.
So scroll down a little bit.
Go into incoming traffic. Is this it right here?
Yep, keep going.
There's a Pizza Hut right here. Okay.
Yep.
You weren't lying. There's a Pizza Hut. Okay, there we go. You're sick. Yeah. You opened up a Domino's next to a Pizza Hut?
And then we put on that little sign there, we're going to huff and puff and blow the hut down. Remember that?
Are you aware? Were you aware that you did this? Was it an accident?
Oh, for sure. We were well aware.
Why would you do this?
To crush them.
I just think this is so big.
A man after Clay's own heart.
No, I love this. I love this. So now, how do you make money off of commercial real estate? What is your? Somebody out there is listening and they're kind of newer to this. We have a lot of doctors and dentists that don't own their building. How are you making money with this?
It's really simple. Take what you're paying in rent and now pay it to yourself. Really simple.
And again, there's somebody who's been watching TED Talks for 4 years in a row, reading every business book that I have in the man cave, running around gazing at their navel going, I'm just trying to figure out a great business model. Sell freaking pizza. Clean freaking carpets.
So do you have any tenants in any of your other commercial properties?
Yeah, for sure. So in the last 2 years, we started building properties that had other tenants. So we have a 5,000 square foot in Bartlesville that has a nail salon. Our 14,000 square foot strip center in Edmond has an ice cream shop, a nail salon. We have another restaurant going in.
And a Domino's.
It always has a Domino's in it.
Okay, so that they're always got a Domino's and then some other love to go around.
The thing about commercial real estate that we figured out is if you're 50% leased out, you're breaking even. So anything above that 50%, now you're making money.
Gravy.
So if you have a building that has 2 spots in it, one of them's Domino's, you're already breaking even. I'm
trying to communicate, and I don't think I'm doing a good job. And Josh Wilson has a hard out here in 6 minutes, so we're going to go fast. Is I feel like somebody out there is trying to overcomplicate the path to success. Andrew, I think I have a boom book over there by the printer, but it's not a complicated thing. Step 1, figure out how many customers do I need to have to achieve my financial goals. So if you make $3 per pizza, how many pizzas do you need to sell? That's your goals right there. Box number 1, okay? Box number 2, you got how many hours a week are you willing to work? I got to ask you, Eddie, how many hours a week are you willing to work?
Unlimited.
Okay. Box 3. Now, again, you just heard that, unlimited. Some people are willing to, some people aren't. But don't say you want to be an NFL linebacker and be unwilling to put in the work. Box 3. What makes you different? Domino's has already thought about that. How often do you sit there and think about, how can we differentiate our pizza?
Never.
Interesting.
They do it for us.
Brand, you never think about the pizza?
No.
See, this is what
I just eat it.
People ask me all the time with Elephant in the Room, the haircut chain, do you spend your time thinking about new haircuts? No. Okay. Branding. You got to make your branding great, but Domino's does it for you. And don't you love it when people buy a Domino's and don't execute the systems? Don't you kind of see blood in the water and you're going, I'm going to buy you. Don't you like it?
And we had a lot of that in the middle 2000s.
You love this.
Yeah, I loved it.
You love it.
Hard to find those guys now. We've got some good operators. So.
Okay. And then the 3-legged marketing stool, you got to have a way you acquire customers. How does Domino's acquire customers? What do you do?
Oh, they're TV marketing, Facebook marketing, digital, and then the best way is provide great operations.
And don't you kind of, at a certain point as a franchisee, you can kind of go, they do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to think it. So, Josh, with Living Water, we've kind of, in a way, helped you to kind of franchise your business.
Oh, absolutely.
We're in the process of steamrolling. I think we can talk about it in a few different cities.
Yes, sir.
Which ones are you for sure going to in the next 12 months, maybe?
For sure, 1,000,000,000% Edmond, Oklahoma, and Bentonville, Arkansas.
Okay, and when you go out to the new markets, do you have to make a new system to market?
No, sir.
Interesting.
I got a space for you in Edmond if you need one.
Oh. Networking here.
I love it.
So talk to the listener there who's looking at the camera, listening in right now, who just wants to change the logo and the print piece and the branding every day as a way to fill their soul and search for significance while they can't find profitability.
Sure. Philosophical thought is wonderful for people, but it's not really a really, really good thing to do if you want to make money. So you need to take action. You need to wake up every morning with a to-do list and a calendar. You need to go put in your hours. It's, we were talking about it earlier today, actually. Yep. It is a simple equation. How many hours you're willing to put in and whom you surround yourself with and the quality of service that you provide is going to dictate how much money you have. That's it. So it's not more complicated than that.
Now, what is your biggest limiting factor right now, Eddie Hall, as you think about your growth in the commercial real estate space and the Domino space and the exotic car collection space? What's your biggest limiting factor right now?
Limiting factor, I mean, on the Domino side, there really isn't anything. On the commercial side, it's finding those properties that fit into our portfolio. But
So you're looking at a lot.
I'm doing a lot right now, yeah. We have
Okay.
a lot going on.
And do you have a broker that helps pitch you deals, or do you just look yourself?
No, we have a broker that helps us with the real estate.
Do you like your broker?
I love her.
Okay, great. If you didn't, I would have a backup plan referral for you. Okay, great. So you like your broker. Can we recommend your broker? Can we do that on the air? Is that
Sure,
okay?
it's Amanda Dooner.
Amanda Dooner.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure you get asked all the time if people can pick your brain. So I'm going to give you the floor a little bit. What are some principles or things you would love to share with our listeners out there, most of which are self-employed and or want to be, that you would say, hey, here's some things I've learned. Learn these things.
So when somebody asks me that, I usually just go to my core values that we use in our company, which is Team Next Level, which is customers first, 100% integrity, which is a big thing for me, positive training, and the will to work, great work ethic. So those are the kind of things that I kind of preach to everybody when they ask me what are some things I should focus on.
Can we go through those, kind of unpack those one by one real quick here?
Sure.
Okay, let's go with the first one.
Yeah.
What's the first core one?
Customers first.
What does that mean?
Oh, to us, I mean, they are why we're here. So they pay our paychecks. They're the ones that provide the money. We need to make sure they're 100% satisfied all the time.
Second value was what?
100% integrity.
100% integrity. Now, the word integrity means, from the word integer, it means undivisible, the whole number. What does that mean to you?
For me, it just means I want people to do what they say they're going to do. I want them to...
That's never going to happen. I mean, no, seriously, if you do that, you stand out.
I want them to do it right. I don't want them to cheat to do it.
Yeah.
And, great things come out of that. So.
And you said there's one more principle. I think you said one more thing.
I said positive training.
Positive training. What does that mean?
We like to create an atmosphere in the company that allows people to grow.
True.
So
you're never done training over there.
Never done training. Never trying to get people to pursue their career.
Never done interviewing people.
Never done interviewing.
Never done recruiting.
No.
Never done training. But people want to get done. They go, now I've got a good team. Now I'm done recruiting. What would you say to somebody who says, now that I have a good team, I'm going to be done training? What would you say?
Nobody in my company says that ever.
Okay.
Because they know that we are always hiring. Always.
Now, Andrew Bloomer here, he's a 21-year-old guy. A little commercial for Andrew. He's been on our team for 3 years, going on probably 3.5 years. He's a married guy, 21 years old. He has his first rental property. He has his own house as well. He's a new member of the Six-Figure Club on the income level. He's doing great. He coaches clients down the path. He knows videography, photography, web development. What else do you audio editing? You mess with that?
Yeah.
What else do you do?
Photo, video, SEO, coaching clients.
He's kind of a mutant. So he's like where we all look back and go, when I was 21, if I was there, I would be here. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's that guy. So Andrew is married to a wonderful lady. He's avoided the idiot phase of his life. Mm-hmm. Andrew, what question would you have, or questions would you have for Eddie on behalf of your clients, many of which are doing great, some of which need that little kick in the tail sometimes before they have that epiphany? What questions would you have for Eddie on behalf of maybe former clients or current clients that might be listening to today's show?
Yeah, absolutely. So it sounds like from what you were saying earlier with your sales and those numbers, it sounds like you really know your numbers for whether, for all the shops, for all the stores, for probably each individual location. So I'm curious, how important for you is it to look at those numbers, to know the numbers, and how often are you looking at those?
So I am looking at those numbers all day long, and every morning and every week. So like I said, it's at the tip of my fingers with my phone, so we can look at that stuff. We're meeting about them. I talk to my director of operations probably 4 times a day because we're also really close. But every Monday we meet, me and the director of operations supervisor, and we go through the previous weeks and where we're at for the period, where we're at for the quarter. We go through all those numbers, sales numbers, food variances, labor variances, service.
So good.
Yeah, Tiger Reports, which is our theft. It'll show us if somebody's stealing. Cash flow. I mean, cash shortage, cash flow.
People steal pizza?
Yeah.
Is this customers or employees?
Yeah. No, it's employees.
Okay.
Well, hey, Eddie, it's really good. Yeah. If I worked there, I might steal pizza.
But that might
be a thing.
But you look at the numbers every day.
All the time.
Every day.
Constantly,
And the
every day.
key numbers that you would say to all the listeners they need to know would be what?
Yeah, so my key numbers are the first thing when I wake up in the morning and I pull up my phone, I'm looking at sales. Food variance, labor variance.
What does food variance mean to you?
So food variance is our food costs and what they should have put. So if a large pepperoni is supposed to get 40 pepperonis and they put 50 on there, they wasted food.
Got it.
So
So food
it's
variance.
money out of the bank.
Okay,
Yep.
and what was the next variance you looked at?
Labor variance.
Got it.
So same thing. We have a labor scheduler that tells us exactly how many people.
Overstaffed, understaffed.
Yep, overstaffed, understaffed. And then we check service.
Got it.
And so those are the 4 things that I check first thing in the morning every day.
Do you do net promoter scores at Domino's where you survey clients to see if they're happy?
Yep. So we have a report called the CSAT report. It's our customer service analytics
I love
tracking
this.
system.
I love this. I could talk about this all
Oh,
night.
I got to show it to you. It's
sick.
amazing. But yeah, it tells us everything. Net promoters. It tells us, customer care. Ranks us.
This is interesting. After all of our conferences, we call everybody who attends and asks them their feedback. How was it? What could that kind of thing. Why do people who have a business that's not doing well never want to know customer feedback? Why is that a universal trait? When people are not doing well, you would think they'd want to know how to get better. But I see it a lot in the personal training industry for fitness, where they're like, all of our clients cancel, and you go, well, because they don't like you. Steve, I'm sure you've seen this with personal trainers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we should survey them. No, I don't want to. Why? Because they're wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that's why our first core value is customers first. So you got to know what customers think about you, and what their feedback is, so you can get better.
Andrew, you've got a man who really doesn't do a lot of interviews here to do an interview. So what other questions would you have on behalf of your clients who might want to ask Eddie a question? Because he's a guru. I mean, a $20 million pizza business, making millions one pizza at a time. What's another question you might have for Mr. Eddie?
Yeah, so you mentioned systems and checklists and recipes, and those are all things that Domino's has created for you, right? So those are things that they've already set up. You're not running around trying to create recipes for how to make a pizza, for how to, So what would you say to somebody who has decided to not go the franchise route, but to rather go, the traditional, go start a business, who doesn't want to take the time to create the systems because I know it, they know it by memory. What would you say to that person who's not willing to take out the time to actually create the recipes and the systems and all those checklists?
I mean, the first thing that I would say is that I think that they're going to fail. They have to take the time to put those systems into place and figure out how they're going to run their business.
Yeah.
So
would you say, excuse me, Mr. Idiot? Yes, you're going to fail because you're an idiot. That's what you would say. That's what I would say. I would say, excuse me, Mr. Idiot.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to fail.
Now, you two guys are a member of this car club. What do you call this thing, Steve, your car club?
Well, it's the Lambros now, but I mean, we started out as the Tulsa DDE, which is a channel.
Before
that we
we
follow.
leave, I want to make sure Ken will go out there and film some cars a little bit and show some, because this is one thing that's cool about your
we
car
didn't
club.
bring them.
There are no cars. We
Really?
don't bring cars to your driveway, bro. Come on.
Oh, my driveway. So you're in the Lexus?
Yep.
Okay, so you really are you went down all the way to the Lexus.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that kind of day.
But you guys have a car club, and we can learn more about it by going to Lambros, the YouTube channel.
yeah, LambroSteve.com.
LambrosSteve.com. Lambros, plural?
Just LambroSteve.com.
LambrosSteve.com. So we go there to LambrosSteve.com.
Or LambrosTeve.com.
That's easier for me to remember. Okay. But you guys all have these nice cars. There's Lamborghinis in there. There's Porsches. I'm not into vehicles. but
McLarens. There's, yeah.
And the one thing I would highly recommend for anybody out there who could join your club or be a part of it is you're going to be around people that all worked hard to buy said cars. And the vast majority of people in your group started with nothing.
Yeah.
And according to the Millionaire Next Door, which is a great book, 88% of America's millionaires today are first generation. Now, there's a new book that just came out by Chris Hogan, who's an African-American self-help guru. Phenomenal book. The data that he shows is even higher now. He's shown it's like 90% of people who are millionaires came from nothing.
Yeah.
But there's somebody out there who loves Bernie Sanders. Oh, they love Bernie. And, Bernie's, Bernie's, he's figured it out. He's figured out how to be a kind of a pro-communist, but still be a capitalist. He makes millions of dollars by preaching against capitalism. And so we've created there's a certain culture right now that feels like the world's owed him something.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say, Eddie, for somebody who says the world owes him something? You worked for 7 years at a Domino's, delayed gratification. You've worked really hard to get where you are. And I'm sure you've pulled into a gas station in your luxury car, and I'm sure you've heard a comment, from a person who's propelling poverty out of their mouth.
Daddy's money.
And they
That's
go,
what they say.
"Nah, it must be nice."
Daddy's money.
You've
Must
heard that,
be
right?
nice.
Oh, yes, for
Must
sure.
be nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
while
must
they're
be nice.
smoking their pot, they're sitting there smoking their pot. You know, reading-
starving kids in Africa, and you're wasting money on
What would you say to that person if we could sit down one-on-one? They're on the other end of the camera. You could look right at them, and they're going, "You're entitled. I deserve." You know, they want to raise your taxes because they need more free stuff. What would you tell them? What would be your tip?
I mean, usually my response to those guys when they're saying, "Oh, Daddy's money," I really just get into my story with them, and I tell them, I did all this with hard work, so I didn't have a handout. You don't need a handout. You just need to get out there and do what you need to do. You need to go do the work.
You actually have that conversation with them.
Oh, I have it all the time.
Does it go well?
It never goes well. No, because I usually end up.
Never goes
I
well.
usually end up telling them they're.
Yeah, I know.
Pieces of.
Yeah. But what happens is this is interesting. I don't drive a luxury car, but my office is nice, and I see people all the time that come to the office and they'll do this, Steve. It's the employees of the clients, not the client. The clients are always curious. Clients are always going, "I wonder how he did that." Even the successful ones who are already successful, I wonder how he did that. And they're curious about how to do it.
Right.
The employees who work for the clients, by and large, not always, but most of the time, say stuff like, kind of smirking. Yeah. Must be nice.
Must be nice.
And then I'll say, what do you mean? They'll say, well, just must be nice working in an environment like this, work environment. And I'll say, I did get to work today at 3 a.m. Today, most days 4, let's just say on average 4. What time do you go to work? And they go, oh, well, 8, but I have carpal tunnel, I'm going through a thing. Okay. And then I usually leave work at 5, then I do that, 6 days a week usually. And on the weekends, if the kids have cheerleading, it's 6 days a week. If they don't have cheerleading, it's 5. But I would say conservatively from 3 a.m. to 6 every day, book it. That's 12 hours plus 3, so it's 15 hours a day. 6 days a week plus Saturdays. I usually sneak in about 15 hours a week on the weekends. That's how I lucked into it. How many hours a week are you working? And we discover, even if we were just having a foot race and we were the exact same speed, I would be twice as far ahead because of the hours I put into it,
Right.
And they go, well, you hate your family? I said, no, you missed out.
But what about work-life balance?
I get home at 6, but I don't watch TV. Now, New York Post and New York Times report the average person watches TV now 5.2 hours per day. The average person is on social media 11.3 hours per day, according to Nielsen. That's a full-time job, bro.
It's your fault.
So I point to him. I'm not working more than you. You're just working on stuff that doesn't amount to anything.
Yeah.
Do you see this phenomenon there? I mean, do you see?
So we were at a car show one time, and these two guys, probably 20 years old, walked up to us, and he's like, "Oh man, that car's sweet, man. I have to get me one of those one day." And the guy goes, "Oh man, you're gonna have to work like 40 hours a week to get that." And I was blown away. Freddie was there, and Freddie goes, "Bro, better double that."
Yeah,
like
exactly.
80 hours a week. Yeah.
There's a book that I love so much called, I believe, 8 Seconds. I read it back in the day. It's about the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
And the story is Steve Nash is a point guard at the time. And he's in the locker room with all these NBA players. And the book is great. Steve, you would love the audiobook if they have it. But there's a reporter who gets to spend a whole year with the Phoenix Suns. And this is when they're at the peak, okay? So he's writing down all the notes. And the players, they get fined if they're late. And so one particular player, who I won't mention his name, and Kendall, do not show the video footage of this. Do not show the video footage of this. But I'll show it to you guys because it'll blow your mind. This particular guy gets sold on the idea that if you take a champagne bath, then you will be able to extend your playing career somehow. Here he is.
What?
Yeah. And there he is. And in the bottles he's pouring in are like $300 a bottle. And he's in there, and this guy's making, $17 to $20 million a year at the time. And so one of the players, Steve Nash, pulls him aside and says, "Hey, dude, you got to watch your money because there's not a lot of careers where you can make this much. And after taxes, bro, you only get to keep half maybe, because you're in Phoenix and the taxes federal and state. And you got income tax, property tax. You after all those taxes, you maybe are keeping 40% after all the taxes. So you got to lay off the champagne bath, And he says, "All right, man. Okay, that's cool." Well, this guy's a 19, 20-year-old guy. And then Steve says, you got to stop being late because you're getting fined like $5,000 a day for being late. And he goes, shoot, man. I used to take my mom, man. My mom's. It took her like a whole week to make that much, man. And Steve's like,
whole week.
Do you understand that you grew up on food stamps? Your mom didn't earn $5,000 in a week or in 2 months, let alone 3 months. Do you understand? And there's no concept of the value of money. So the book progresses. It's really funny because he says, man, Steve, man, I've been investing. I've been doing what you're saying, and I've been investing now in assets. So he said, what'd you get? He goes out and sees, and it's all these super luxury cars that are brand new. And so you guys, when you buy your cars, you're buying them because they're fun. But you understand the difference between an asset and a liability.
Right.
So I want to make sure we're getting this because some people go, oh, that's how he made his money. You see, the Eddie, the Domino's guy, he makes all of his money with his cars. So when you buy a Porsche or something, what does a Porsche cost?
Oh, I mean, they range. The GT3 RS
anywhere from
$200,000.
Anywhere from 19,000 to
19,000 to 20,000.
How much is a Porsche?
Hey, you know what Porsche stands for? Just to be clear, and then I'll let him talk. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm poor.
Poor-ish. Poor-ish.
What does a Porsche stand for?
Poor-ish. So the GT3 RS I have new would be $200K.
$200,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So you buy that car, and that doesn't make you money. It's a liability. So in the asset column, it's a liability. Now, when you're doing the financial network statement, you could take the asset minus the debt on it, whatever. But the point is, it doesn't make you money. So it's a liability if you oversimplify it. Right. But then an asset is like the commercial real estate. Can you explain for someone who's kind of new to entrepreneurship listening the difference between a commercial property and a Domino's, and an asset and a liability?
Yes. So the commercial property appreciates.
Got it.
So it's simple. You'll continue to make money off of that. We keep anywhere from 20 to 50% in equity in our commercial properties.
Got it.
I mean, you have access to that money if you need it. So I mean, it's an asset.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing about commercial property is when you have tenants, they're really paying for everything. And
then after servicing the debt, you said once it's more than half full, and you're making cash.
Making money. Yep.
And you're making pretty decent money.
Pretty good money.
You're signing people into 3-year leases, 5-year agreements.
We do 7-year leases.
7-year leases.
Yeah.
So what I want to do now is I have 3 final questions for you, and then Andrew, you can ask one final one here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Daily habits. What do you do on a daily basis? Like, what time are you waking up every day? What do the first 4 hours look like?
Yeah. So Domino's. I mean, 28 years in this career now. We stay up pretty late. So we open early and we're open late. I mean, I have a store that closes at 3 a.m. So my habits are a little different than people that do the 9 to 5.
But that's the Domino's workflow.
Yeah. So I'm usually up till midnight or so.
Yep.
And then I'm usually up by 6.
Got it.
Usually go to the gym.
Yep.
And then after that, I'm checking my checklist, my calendar for the day. Usually around 9 o'clock, I'm on my morning call with my director of operations.
You've got a checklist.
Yeah.
Every day you have that. You have a calendar every day?
2 calendars.
You have a to-do list?
Yeah, to-do list. Yep.
Every day.
And I use and I'm kind of old school. I use the pad for.
Can you look at that pad? Look at that pad. Now, what would happen if you didn't have your to-do list or calendar? Would you know what was going on?
No.
Yeah. See, that's interesting. And this is like the it's so important for someone listening out there. That's the cornerstone of success. If you don't have a to-do list, you can't win. I don't care how smart you are. If you don't have a to-do list and a calendar, and people fight back about this all the time, just get it. Get a to-do list, get a calendar. And he said he's kind of old school. I'll tell you this little secret. I've spent days, an entire day, with the founder of Hobby Lobby, billionaires, millionaires, many, many times. This is what I do. I kind of view myself as Napoleon Hill Part 2. I just run around interviewing super successful people to see what they do. A lot of clipboards. Even the young bucks have clipboards. Not a lot of phone to-do list apps. I'll tell you why. You turn on that phone, you got a distraction coming in. According to Psychology Today, the average person is interrupted over 90 times per day, homies. So get off that phone, get on that to-do list. Next question for you. Proactive guy. I would assume that you have plans for the future, and I'm not asking you to share your plans for the future, but do you have some certain goals that you're working towards in your mind, or are you kind of done with the goal thing right now, or did you have some things you're pushing towards?
I'll always have goals. So I always have them.
Always have
right now, we have a lot of projects that we're working on. So my goal, my short-term goals are to get those projects done. I mean, we have 2 strip centers we're doing right now. We have 3 more Domino's we're opening.
That's awesome.
So those are short-term. Long-term goals are within the next 5 years. I'd like to have the commercial property business big enough to where if I wanted to sell the Domino's, I could.
Have you sold some Domino's in the past?
I have, yes.
Okay, and when you sell them, can you do you get a multiple of the profits? Like let's say a store made $100,000 this year, can you usually get 3x or 4x or 5x? Well, how much can you get for a Domino's if you sell it?
So they range depending on sales and cash flow, of course. They're ranging anywhere from 4 to 6 times cash flow.
4 to 6 times the cash flow, and I'll tell you why. Because the systems are good. And if you're out there building a small business without the systems, people know as soon as you sell it to them, it's not going to work. Build the systems. The most selfish thing you can do for your family and your financial freedom is build those systems. Final question I have here for you. Are you one of the larger Domino's owners in the country? Are you smaller? Are there guys bigger than you, have more Domino's? How do you fit into the scheme of Domino's operators out there?
So there's definitely, I believe the average is around 5 stores is the average.
Got it.
There's definitely some big guys out there. There's our very first franchisee that has 300 stores.
Super cool.
We have a couple guys with 100 stores, but I'm considered a big franchise at over 15.
It's awesome. I love this. This
is good stuff.
I love this. This is just I'm telling you, if you're listening right now, you're overcomplicating it 90% of the time. You're trying to make a business system. You're trying to sell something that the world doesn't want. You're trying to run around selling something the world doesn't want, and nothing could be more discouraging than you hand painting ducks and then going to the state fair and setting them out. This isn't funny. This is sad for somebody. And you set these out, and no one buys them. And you're living a life of poverty. Just sell something the world wants. Find a problem and solve it. Find a need the world has and fill it. Andrew, we have time for one more question from the young buck. What question do you have, sir?
Yes. So let's say someone's looking to buy a franchise. So what things should they look for? Is it even possible for someone to get in? I know you mentioned that you said 95% of the Domino's franchise owners were at one point a delivery driver. So is it possible for someone to get in to the franchise world of Domino's, or what's a good fit for Domino's?
So one awesome thing about Domino's is they've kept it internal like that. So you know that you're getting a great operator hopefully you're getting a great operator when they come next to you.
Got it.
But you can get into the system. You have to come and work in a store, though. So there is a 6-month to 1-year training program. So you can't just come in with millions of dollars and say, let me buy all these stores.
Super smart.
Really good.
Yep. You have to go through the training and go through those steps to get approved.
Chick-fil-A is the same way.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is the same way. Outback Steakhouse the same way. A lot of the great brands that stay strong do that. I'm going to give you the mic before we drop the mic. What's your final hot take or your word of encouragement? We've got about 500,000 people that choose to listen to this show. This month we've got the founder of Netflix on the show. We got the founder of Square. A lot of great people. But I personally am most interested right now in what you have to say, because you're doing it. You've done it. And you decided to take time out of your schedule. You're not a coach or a consultant who gets paid to do this. There's not a win for you other than just sharing what you've learned. Well, what is a tip or advice you want to give to the listeners?
Plus, I don't think I have a very good radio voice, but
it's pretty good. Beautiful.
I would say that my best advice is what's worked for me, which is hard work really does pay off. And so if you get out there and push yourself, to be number one, to be the best, it will work out for you. And then also, success, it's not an elevator, it's a staircase. So you got to be able to take the ups and downs and really focus. And that's what I would, tell everybody out there.
So you got some ups and downs.
It's hard. It's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's not,
easy.
It's
not just a push of a button.
It's hard. It's like taking the stairs. It's not like taking the elevator up to the top.
Yeah.
Okay. That's powerful.
That's good stuff.
Is there a certain website people can learn more about you? Do you have like a YouTube channel where you're hanging out with Steve? Is there any way people can learn more about you?
I
go to Domino's in Tulsa.
I post car stuff on Fat and Skinny Bros Instagram. So Fat and Skinny Bros is
Fat and Skinny Bros on Instagram.
Yeah, that's my car thing. Has nothing to do with Domino's or business, but it's just a car deal. So They don't have anything else really out there. So.
Eddie Hall, I greatly appreciate you so much. And if you're out there today, go eat Domino's in moderation. But go eat Domino's. Not too much at one time.
No, order a lot.
Order a lot from Eddie, but then don't eat it so you stay thin, but you're helping support him. That's what we're going to do. Order a ton. Don't eat very much. If you live in Tulsa, buy Domino's every single day. Throw it away so you stay thin, but his wallet stay fat. Without any further ado, here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom.
If you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you've got to be hungry. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. So every day I was working to develop myself. And that's what you must do.
I promise you one thing. You have never seen any player in the entire country play as hard as I will play the rest of the season.
Get here! Hey, we got 30 minutes for the rest of our life! 30 minutes for the rest of our life! There were none before me, and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only. Young and single and love to mingle, certified, bona fide, indubitably qualified to bring you satisfaction, a whole lot of action. Look out, baby, I'm your love man. I was hungry. I was hungry. You gotta be hungry.
Hey guys, Luke Erickson here with the Thrive Time Show. As you can see behind me, we've got all kinds of energy going on. People are starting to show up for the conference, and it is hot in this place. We got grill guns over here. We've got people playing the drums. We've got fire breathers, and man, people are so excited as they come in. Gentlemen, let me introduce you to the grill gun.
Hi, I'm Bob Healy. I'm the inventor of the grill gun and the sous vide gun.
Tim Tebow is coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma, June 27th and 28th. We've been doing business conferences here since 2005. I've been hosting business conferences since 2005. And a lot of people, have followed Tim Tebow's football career on the field and off the field. And off the field, the guy's been just as successful as he has been on the field. Now, the big question is, JT, how does he do it?
Well, they're going to have to come and find out because I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, Tim Tebow's going to teach us how he organizes his day, how he organizes his life, how he's proactive with his faith, his family, his finances. He's going to walk us through his mindset that he brings into the gym, into business. It is going to be a blasty blast in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Also, this is the first Thrive Time Show event that we've had where we're going to have a man who has built a $100 million net worth.
Wow.
Who'll be presenting. Now, we've had a couple presenters that have had $1 billion net worth in some like real estate sort of things.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've had a guy who's built a service business, and he's built over $100 million net worth in the service business. It's the yacht driving, multi-state living guru of franchising. Peter Taunton will be in the house. This is the founder of Snap Fitness, the guy behind 9 Round Boxing. He's going to be here in Tulsa, Jerusalem, Oklahoma, June 27th and 28th. JT, why should everybody want to hear what Peter Taunton has to say?
Oh, because he's incredible. He's just a fountain of knowledge. He is awesome. He has inspired me listening to him talk. And not only that, he also has, he practices what he teaches. So he's a real teacher. He's not a fake teacher like business school teachers. So you got to come learn from him.
And now the best-selling author of The Carnivore Diet and the multiple-time Joe Rogan guest, Dr. Sean Baker, joins our 2-day interactive business growth and life optimization workshop. Also, let me tell you this, folks. I don't want to get this wrong because if I get it wrong, someone's going to say, you screwed that up, buddy. So Michael Levine, this is Michael Levine. He's going to be coming. You say, who's Michael Levine? I don't get this wrong. This is the PR consultant of choice for Michael Jackson, for Prince, for Nike, for Charlton Heston, for Nancy Kerrigan, 34 Grammy Award winners, 43 New York Times best-selling authors he's represented, including pretty much everybody you know who's been a super celebrity. This is Michael Levine, a good friend of mine. He's going to come and talk to you about personal branding and the mindset needed to be super successful. The lineup will continue to grow. We have hit Christian recording artist Colton Dixon in the house. Now, people say, Colton Dixon's in the house? Yes, Colton Dixon's in the house. So if you like top 40 Christian music, Colton Dixon's going to be in the house performing. The lineup will continue to grow each and every day. We're going to add more and more speakers to this all-star lineup. But I encourage everybody out there today, get those tickets today. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com. And some people might be saying, well, how do I do it? What do I do? How does it work? You just go to thrivetimeshow.com. Let's go there now. We're feeling the flow. We're going to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, you just go to thrivetimeshow.com. You click on the business conferences button, and you click on the request tickets button right there. The way I do our conferences is we tell people it's $250 to get a ticket.
Yep.
Or whatever price that you can afford. And the reason why I do that is I grew up without money. JT, you're in the process of building a super successful company. Did you start out with $1 million in the bank account?
No, I did not. Nope, did not get any loans, nothing like that. Did not get an inheritance from parents or anything like that. I had to work for it, and I'm super grateful. I came to a business conference. That's actually how I met you, met Peter Taunton. I met all these people.
So if you're out there today and you want to come to our workshop, again, you just got to go to thrivetimeshow.com. You might say, well, when's it going to be? June 27th and 28th. You might say, well, who's speaking? We already covered that. You might say, where's it going to be? It's going to be in Tulsa, Jerusalem, Oklahoma. And so it says Tulsa, Jerusalem. I'm really trying to rebrand Tulsa as Tulsa, Jerusalem, sort of like the Jerusalem of America. But if you type in Thrive Time Show and Jinx, you can get a sneak peek or a look at our office facility. This is what it looks like. This is where you're headed. It's going to be a blasty blast. You can look inside, see the facility. We're going to have hundreds of entrepreneurs here. It is going to be packed. Now, for this particular event, folks, the seating is always limited because my facility isn't a limitless convention center. You're coming to my actual home office, and so it's going to be packed. So when? June 27th and 28th. Who? You're going to come. Who? You? I'm talking to you. You can just get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. And again, you can name your price. We tell people it's $250 or whatever price you can afford. And we do have some select VIP tickets, which gives you an access to meet some of the speakers and those sorts of things. And those tickets are $500. It's a 2-day interactive business workshop, over 20 hours of business training. We're going to give you a copy of my newest book, The Millionaire's Guide to Becoming Sustainably Rich. You're going to leave with a workbook. You're going to leave with everything you need to know to start and grow a super successful company. It's practical, it's actionable, and it's Tebow time right here in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Get those tickets today at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com.
Hello, I'm Michael Levine, and I'm talking to you right now from the center of Hollywood, California, where I have represented over the last 35 years 58 Academy Award winners, 34 Grammy Award winners, 43 New York Times bestsellers. I've represented a lot of major stars, and I've worked with a lot of major companies. And I think I've learned a few things about what makes them work and what makes them not work. Now, why would a man living in Hollywood, California, in the beautiful sunny weather of LA, come to Tulsa? Because last year I did it, and it was damn exciting. Clay Clark has put together an exceptional presentation, really life-changing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you then. I'm Michael Levine. I'll see you in Tulsa.
James, did I tell you my good friend John Lee Dumas is also joining us at the in-person 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show Business Workshop? That Tim Tebow and that Michael Levine will be at. Have I told you this?
You have not told me that.
Oh, he's coming all the way from Puerto Rico. This is John Lee Dumas, the host of the chart-topping EOFire.com podcast. He's absolutely a living legend. This guy started a podcast after wrapping up his service in the United States military, and he started recording this podcast daily in his home, to the point where he started interviewing big-time folks like Gary Vaynerchuk, like Tony Robbins, and he just kept interviewing bigger and bigger names, putting out shows day after day, and now he is the legendary host of the EO Fire podcast, and he's traveling all the way from Puerto Rico to Tulsa, Oklahoma to attend the in-person June 27th and 28th Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshop. If you're out there today, folks, you've ever wanted to grow a podcast, a broadcast, you want to improve your marketing, if you've ever wanted to improve your marketing, your branding, if you've ever wanted to increase your sales, you want to come to the 2-day interactive June 27th and 28th Thrive Time Show Business Workshop featuring Tim Tebow, Michael Levine, John Lee Dumas, and countless big-time, super successful entrepreneurs. It's going to be life-changing. Get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. James, what website is that?
thrivetimeshow.com.
James, one more time for more enthusiasm.
thrivetimeshow.com.
Shine, everything rides on tonight. Even if I got 3 strikes, I'ma go for it. This moment, we own it. I'm not to be played with because it could get dangerous. See these people I ride with. This moment, we own it.
Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops because we teach you what you need to know to grow.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
And now you may be thinking, what does it actually cost to attend an in-person 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show business workshop? Well, good news. The tickets are $250 or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. I grew up without money, and I know what it's like to live without money. So if you're out there today and you want to attend our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop, all you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com to request those tickets. And if you can't afford $250, we have scholarship pricing available to make it affordable for you.
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say. Whoa.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Radio Show. Today I'm broadcasting from Phoenix, Arizona, not Scottsdale, Arizona. They're close, but they're completely different worlds. And we have a special guest today. Definition of intelligence is if you agree with me, you're intelligent. And so this gentleman is very intelligent. I've done his show before also, but very seldom do you find somebody who lines up on all counts. And it's a Mr. Clay Clark. He's a friend of a good friend, Eric Trump. But we're also talking about money, bricks, and how screwed up the world can get in a few and a half hour. So Clay Clark is a very intelligent man, and there's so many ways we could take this thing. But I thought, since you and Eric are close, Trump, what were you saying about what Trump can't, what Donald, who's my age, and I can say or cannot say?
First of all, I have to honor you, sir. I want to show you what I did to one of your books here. There's a guy by the name of Jeremy Thorne, who was my boss at the time. I was 19 years old, working at Faith Highway. I had a job at Applebee's, Target, and DirecTV, and he said, have you read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? And I said, no. And my father, may he rest in peace, he didn't know these financial principles. So I started reading all of your books and really devouring your books. And I went from being an employee to self-employed, to the business owner, to the investor. And I owe a lot of that to you. And I just wanted to take a moment to tell you, thank you so much for allowing me to achieve success. And then I'll tell you all about Eric Trump. But I just want to tell you, thank you, sir, for changing my life.
But not only that, Clay, thank you, but you become an influencer. More than anything else, you've evolved into an influencer where your word has more and more power. So that's why I congratulate you on becoming. Because as you know, there's a lot of fake influencers out there too, or bad influencers.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm glad you and I agree so much, and thanks for reading my books.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thrill for me today. Not a thrill, but recognition is when people, young men especially, come up and say, I read your book, changed my life. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this.
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
Whoa. Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy. I'm originally from Tulsa, born and raised here. I went to a small private liberal arts college and got a degree in business. And I didn't learn anything like they're teaching here. I didn't learn linear workflows. I learned stuff that I'm not using, and I haven't been using for the last 9 years. So what they're teaching here is actually way better than what I got at business school. And I went what was actually ranked as a very good business school. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls, figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. I literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side.
Once I saw what they were doing, I knew I had to get here at the conference. This is probably the best conference or seminar I've ever been to in over 30 years in business.
You're not bored. You're awake, alive the whole time. It's not pushy. They don't try to sell you a bunch of things.
I was looking to learn how to just get control of my life, my schedule, and just get control of the business.
Planning your time, breaking it all down, making time for the F6 in your life, and just really implementing it and sticking with the program.
It's really lively. They're pretty friendly, helpful, very welcoming.
I attended a conference a couple months back, and it was really the best business conference I've ever attended.
At the workshop, I learned a lot about time management, really prioritizing what's the most important.
Biggest takeaways are, you want to take a step-by-step approach to your business. Whether it's marketing, what are those 3 marketing tools that you want to use, to human resources.
Some of the most successful people and successful businesses in this town, their owners were here today because they wanted to know more from Clay, and I found that to be kind of fascinating.
The most valuable thing that I've learned is diligence. That businesses don't change overnight. It takes time and effort, and you got to go through the ups and downs of getting it to where you want to go.
He actually gives you the roadmap out. I was stuck, didn't know what to do, and he gave me the roadmap out step by step.
We've set up systems in the business that make my life much easier, allow me some time freedom.
Here you can ask any question you want. They guarantee it'll be answered.
This conference motivates me and also give me a lot of knowledge and tools.
It's up to you to do it. Everybody can do these things. There's stuff that everybody knows, but if you don't do it, nobody else can do it for you.
I can see the marketing working. And it's just an approach that makes sense.
Probably the most notable thing is just the income increase that we've had.
Everyone's super fun. It's super motivating. I've been here before, but I'm back again because it motivates me.
Your competition's going to come eventually, or try to pick up these tactics. So if you don't, somebody else will.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us.
This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live.
few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
So we really just want to thank you, Clay, and thank you, Vanessa, for everything you've done, everything you've helped us with. We love you guys.
If you decide to not attend the Thrive Time workshop, you're missing out on a great opportunity.
The atmosphere of Clay's office is very lively. You can feel the energy as soon as you walk through the door, and it really got me and my team very excited.
If you decide not to come, you're missing out on an opportunity to grow your business. Bottom line.
Love the environment. I love the way that Clay presents and teaches. It's a way that not only allows me to comprehend what's going on, but he explains it in a way to where it just makes sense.
The SEO optimization, branding, marketing. I've learned more in the last 2 days than I have the entire 4 years of college.
The most valuable thing that I've learned, marketing is key. Marketing is everything.
Making sure that you're branded accurately and clearly. How to grow a business using Google reviews, and then just how to optimize our name through our website also.
Helpful with a lot of marketing, search engine optimization, helping us really rank high in Google.
The biggest thing I needed to learn was how to build my foundation, how to systemize everything and optimize everything, build my SEO.
How to become more organized, more efficient.
How to make sure the business is really there to serve me as opposed to me constantly being there for the business.
New ways of advertising my business as well as recruiting new employees.
Group interviews, number one. Before we felt like we were held hostage by our employees. Group interviews has completely eliminated that because you're able to really find the people that would really be the best fit.
Hands-on how to hire people, how to deal with human resources, a lot about marketing, and overall just how to structure the business to how it works for me, and also then how that can translate into working better for my clients.
The most valuable thing I've learned here is time management.
I like the 1 hour of doing your business is real critical if I'm going to grow and change.
Clay really teaches you how to navigate through those things and not only find freedom, but find your purpose in your business and find the purposes for all those other people that directly affect your business as well.
Everybody.
Everyone needs to attend the conference because you get an opportunity to see that it's real.
Hey, Flyover family, come join us June the 27th and 28th, 2024 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're going to be there with Clay Clark and an amazing group of individuals that have made such a difference in so many people's lives.
Do you want to increase your production in a job? Do you want to make more sales? Do you want to own your own business? Do you want to have breakthroughs financially? The key to that is knowledge.
Clay Clark is anointed to help people in business. We've watched him over the last couple of years and we've been blown away. He's part owner of over 160 businesses, $2.4 billion in sales.
So before politics and the Great Reset came into Clay's life, he had the #1 rated Apple podcast. And he interviewed people like Anthony Robbins, Seth Godin, the top authors, the top business minds in the world. At this specific event, there was an interesting cast of characters that come from gangs to American Idol.
Some of the guests that are going to be there: Michael Levine, Colton Dixon, Peter Taunton, John Lee Dumas, Mondo de la Viga,
and Tim Tebow. They're there to share what they've done and their breakthroughs and what their story is. And then Clay lays his map of business success, calls the path for every person to follow.
So you may be sitting there thinking, okay, I get it. What do I have to do? Go to thrivetimeshow.com. When you get there, the tickets are $250 or whatever you can afford. Yes, you got that right. $250 or whatever you can afford. You can name your price. So there are no excuses. You have to join us there. There are only a few VIP tickets left, like David said, special dinner and special time with the speakers. That is $500 while they last. So $500, only a few left if you want a VIP ticket. We want to meet these speakers as well, so we got VIP tickets.
I want to meet Tim Tebow.
I do too. The date is June the 27th and 28th, 2024 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Go to thrivetimeshow.com to get your tickets.
Hey guys, Luke Erickson here with the Thrive Time Show. As you can see behind me, we've got all kinds of energy going on. People are starting to show up for the conference, and it is hot in this place. We got grill guns over here. We've got people playing the drums. We've got a fire breather, and man, people are so excited as they come in. The conference is kicked off. This house is packed. We've got Aaron Hansis with Shaw Holmes up there. We've got Steve Currington with Total Ending Concepts up there talking about what is possible when you just implement, when you do the proven system. It's so exciting. People are going crazy. Now, Michael Levine, writer of many PR books, the man who represented people like Michael Jackson, Barbra Streisand, and George Bush. He's speaking to the people here at our conference, talking about branding. One of the greatest branding experts alive today is here at our conference, talking to entrepreneurs. We just wrapped up day one. It was incredible. We had some remarkable speakers. Michael Levine. We just finished with a lady named Jill Donovan, who owns a company called Rustic Cuff, talking about the power of the Dream 100. I cannot wait to see what tomorrow holds. Hey guys, Luke Erickson with the Thrive Time Show here with you. It is day 2 and the energy is high. People are so excited to be showing up. The team is ready. Come on, let's see what it's like to go on in for day 2. Follow me. People are so excited to be here for day 2. It is going to be incredible. Cannot wait to see what today has in store. Right now, here at the conference, we've broken into groups going over search engine optimization. And I know for most of us, myself included, if you hear that term, you go, what is that? What does that mean? That's too techie for me. Well, our experts are breaking it down for people so that you can clearly understand how to come up top in Google. It's doable. It's possible. Now we're in the middle of a break, and what we like to do is we like to give you as much tangible and relevant information from about the start of the hour for 45 minutes. Then we take approximately a 15-minute break to allow people to connect with other entrepreneurs around them, bathroom breaks, and also use this time to just really digest all of the good information that you're receiving the whole time. Right behind me, we've got Bob with his grill gun, melting an ice sculpture. It is awesome. The ice sculpture represents our life, right? It's here for a time, but we all need to have the sense of urgency to implement the things that we're learning so that we can make the most of the time that we have.
We are outside. You can see a line behind me. What's going on is that we partner with different companies to help them implement the proven systems over and over and over again. And one of those companies is Master Machine. And so what we like to do is partner with these companies to also help them give samples to other people as they come to the conference and truly get their name out. I just wanted to recap some of the amazing things that have happened today. We've had entrepreneurs like Paul Hood with Hood CPAs. We've had Jill Donovan and Michael Levine come up and just impart so much wisdom and knowledge. We've got an incredible giveaway for one of our TVs. Hey there, Thrive Nation. One of the things that we love most about our business conferences is that we want every entrepreneur to leave with their questions answered. So what we do is we let them put the questions up on the board here so that they can ask their specific questions, and Clay will not end the conference until every question is answered.
Behind us, Clay Clark is answering all the different questions that entrepreneurs have brought to the conference. Whenever someone comes here and starts to hear this information, especially for the first time, it just brings about so much anticipation of wanting to actually implement the proven systems and processes. And so Clay always wants to make sure that he answers all of their questions so that they are the most set up for success to be able to go home and start implementing. If you have any questions, email us at info@thrivetimeshow.com.
Hello, I'm Wes Carter. I'm one of the shareholders at Winters & King. My favorite thing that Thrive has helped me accomplish here in our firm is thinking a little bit outside the box. They do SEO, they do printing, they help us with a lot of things from the day-to-day marketing for the firm, but they also help us think of things that as attorneys we probably wouldn't normally think of that help us market our services to our clients. One of the things I love about working with Thrive is that they make it enjoyable to actually do work with them. It's not dry, it's usually fun, but it's always very enjoyable and practical. They give me things and ideas that I can put into place. It's not just some theoretical spiel that they give me. We get practical steps that we work on together to do my job better. So me personally, I would easily recommend Thrive 15 services to my friends, my families. I recommend them to my clients. I think they do a good job. They're passionate. They care about their clients. And I think it's actually a valuable service they provide to people that are in the business world.
My name is Jeff Thomas. I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. It's all about getting to the grindstone. It is about putting it's one thing to have a specific vision or a dream, but knowledge without application isn't knowledge at all. That's nothing. Really funny. The atmosphere is very lively. Everybody that is working for Clay is very upbeat and not tired, not sluggish, not complaining, not whining. They don't have anything to do with those types of characteristics. It's all about getting to the grind and having fun while you do it. I haven't actually been to any conferences in the past, but what I will say from what I've seen on YouTube and what from other friends have told me is this isn't like a motivational kind of thing to just, hoo-hoo, rah-rah, get you motivated, but it's like practical steps that if you do take them, which most people aren't willing to do, then you will grow and you'll achieve the specific things that you want. Well, for one thing, I would say that this isn't necessarily for everyone. So if you're not willing to work, this isn't for you. But I will say that if you are willing to work and you're just getting started, but you have actually taken a step in that direction, then this will actually help you grow further exponentially than you could ever imagine.
My name is Taylor Hall. I'm the general manager of the Tulsa Oilers professional hockey team. Our goal every night here at the BOK Center is to try to fill the seats with lots of people and create an exciting environment so when somebody comes to a game, they want to come back. Working with Clay and the staff at Thrive, they've really helped us in many, many ways. Website and graphic design and video production and a lot of things that go along. And a lot of businesses, including ours, doesn't have a staff for a full-time videographer or graphic designer. But the biggest thing that we noticed was the needle mover. More sales, more attendance, more successes in business. We had a record year last season working with Clay for the first time. Our average attendance is higher than it's ever been. So there was a lot of really cool things that we did, and they worked. That's the nice thing about working with Clay and the team over there. It's just not one person, you get the entire team. If you need video design and editing and production, they've got that. If you need graphic design, if you need some coaching, your salespeople and call scripts, PR, they offer all that. Clay was instrumental in helping guiding us and getting us on the right track so that we could really raise the bar and become ultra successful. So it's been an amazing experience for us.
My name is Caitlin. I own a tumbling gym called Justice Tumbling Company in Tulsa. Working with Clay is so helpful, just being diligent with everything and making sure we execute our goals and just really make things happen. It's fun, it's tight, it really gets you energized and going, it just makes you really want to work. To get the momentum going, to really just get that buzz, just really give you the energy to get up and make it happen.
I'm Bob Healy. I'm in the charcoal grilling industry, and the name of my business is Grill Blazer. How will I apply what I've learned so far into my business? I'm actually a client of Thrive 15, and I learn so much from what I'm learning at this conference and my regular weekly attendance that it's helping me establish the business and get it off the ground. Clay's presentation style is just blatant disregard for what anybody wants. He just has fun, it's him, everything that you see is authentically Clay. It's a great deal of fun, everybody enjoys it. They know when they walk in, they think they're coming into a carnival, and frankly they are. It's just great fun. There's not another conference like it. You just don't go to a carnival atmosphere and learn like you do here at a Thrive conference. It's great. The reason people should attend at least one of these conferences is because it's common sense. And everybody's fed an entire line about the way you should run a business, but until you actually experience running a business, which is candidly what you learn here, how to run a business, you don't know what you're doing.
My name is Tyler Hastings, and this is my wife, Rachel, and our company is Delricht Research out of New Orleans. During our time working with Thrive, we've had numerous successes. When we first started, we were working with one physician. We had one research site, and we were seeing on average, between 10 and 15 patients a week. Since working with Thrive in the last 18 months, we now have 4 research sites. We work with over 5 physicians, and on average, we're now seeing over 60 patients per week. Recently, we've been the top enroller worldwide in 7 studies, which is just incredible considering where we were 2 years ago, 18 months ago.
Thrive really differs from the other conferences that we've been to and the other kind of programs that we've been through because they actually really practice what they preach, and they implement the same systems and the processes that they teach you about, and they give you real life examples that have really worked for them and show you with the training how to implement that yourself. For example, Tyler and I actually got the opportunity to come out to Tulsa, and we're fortunate enough that the Thrive team took us out to some of the businesses that they own, and we really got to see in real life, real time, some of the systems and processes, and it was just incredible, a real life example of some of the businesses and the things that they're implementing.
Having a coach is important to us. They act as not only an accountability factor, but they're someone we can talk to on a daily basis as we go through the problems of running a business that inevitably come up. They always understand what we're going through, and they're always there to help us or guide us through the problems that we experience. The best part of our experience working with Thrive has just been seeing our relationship grow. So at each step as our business grows, they have something else to provide us with. They've got the resources, whether it be marketing, graphic design, website development, or even into accounting practices. Maybe we need a new insurance policy. They have someone they can connect us with, or they have the direct resource we need to speak with for any of the problems we face. If someone's thinking about signing up for the coaching program, I would highly recommend that they call in for a free 30-minute coaching session and see exactly what the team can do for you. Just speak with someone, let them know what you're going through, and I think you'll find that, regardless of what you need, there's someone there that can help you.
Clay's presentation style is very real and raw. Like, it just gets real down to the bone of it and the real purpose of it. There's no, like, fluffy vagueness about it, So, he really gets to the point. I'm always reminded about how important it is to be intentional and to really pay attention to how you schedule your time and really honor it. Because whatever gets scheduled gets done. That's what he said from Lee Cockrell. So just constantly hearing that and getting reminded helps me to reinforce that into my own life. It always helps to get an outside perspective, and especially from a guy that's grown so many multi-million-dollar businesses. It doesn't hurt. So.
My name is Nick Guajardo. I heard about the Thrive Time Show workshop through Andy Matherin. He is my Andy Matherin and Larry Montgomery. They're my bosses at Restore Home Health. So I work with a home health company called Restore Home Health, and my role is pretty much to bring in business. So I was hoping to learn kind of the sales process on top of just kind of the responsibilities and help understand what it looks like on the SEO side and just kind of an all around what it looks like to own a business, because that's something I want to do in the future for sure. How I would describe the atmosphere here at Thrive is high energy, great professionalism, great people. It's a place you definitely want to visit and be at. Clay's delivery style, humorous, professional, hilarious. He does it. I haven't seen someone do it better. So he does a great job. Most valuable thing I've learned so far, a lot of it has been extremely valuable. But one thing that's really stuck out to me is learning the SEO stuff. I mean, that is, I think, things you don't really even think about, and then you hear it, and you think you know it, but you don't know it. So I feel like that was the most valuable. Well, they're missing out on just what comes down to just basic applications to be a business owner. I mean, I feel like it's like an absolute necessity, to come here and learn the ins and outs, and maybe come here once or twice if they, take good notes, that kind of thing. Why? It's the experience here and what you can learn, like, absolutely.
So marketing and SEO seemed like something that would be very scary, but then in the way that Clay and his team described it, it became very clear and concise and something that's very accessible to any business owner. I've learned a lot about marketing at this conference and a lot about business management and HR, really everything, the key components of anybody's business. They're going to give you the best tools to be successful in it. So most workshops or conferences can be really boring, really one note, or they just seem so theatrical that it's a joke and it's not even giving you the tools that you need or that you came there for. But here it's still high energy, it's still fun, everything's to the point, but it's very professional, and you're missing out on easy steps to use in your business that are very accessible and very clear.
My name is Abigail McCarter. The best thing I've learned so far is definitely like organization, schedule-wise, always keeping a to-do list, keeping your calendar organized. I'm kind of all over the place, so that's always good to know. So Clay's presentation style and the atmosphere is electric. It's so energetic, it's so fun. Clay's hilarious, but also knows a ton, so it's just really great all around. This conference is much different than any other conference I've gone to, again, because it's fun. Like a lot of other conferences, it's like really quiet, really cold, and you just kind of get bored. But this one, you're like always engaged, you're always learning something, and the staff is amazing. They're always super helpful, so it's just been really great.
My name's Clint Howard. We're a personal training and fitness training facility. Oh wow, I'm learning a ton. Like this morning so far has been search engine optimization. So really just the importance of being at the top of Google, how Google works and why it's so important to go out and get video reviews and testimonials and getting Google reviews. And so all those things we can take back and really apply that like immediately. So it's really cool to see not only how to do it, but really the relevance and importance of it for your long-term strategy of your business. No, it's amazing. Actually, on the way in this morning and yesterday, I was videoing as I was walking in the front entrance. And actually I go to a lot of seminars. I go to a lot of conferences, masterminds. I've been doing that since I was like 22 years old, so gosh, almost 20 years now. And this is by far the most entertaining. Not only the content's amazing, but Clay and you guys do a great job of mixing in edutainment, entertainment where it's fun, it's fresh, it's lively. You never get bored. And I heard a study one time that the reason that children learn so much quicker is because it's fun, learning is fun. And so obviously Clay has nailed that, where it's very fun to be here and keeps you awake, keeps you energized. So I'm having a blast. Yeah, I think any business owner or someone that wants to own a business or considering starting a business should definitely come. I know that I was referred here by friends of mine and clients of mine, and I've referred other people. Again, just to understand what it takes to make a business successful, to have a good time. Obviously, like I was just saying, have fun and network. There's a lot of other people here you can learn from, and there's a lot of breaks you can talk to other people. So I think this is a must-attend for anybody that owns a business or that wants to start a business.
My name's Jamie Fagel. I'm with Jameson Fine Cabinetry. I heard about the conference through Andrew. He's the coach that I deal with here at the Thrive. The most valuable piece I found, even working with Andrew, but it's been solidified when it came here, was you got to actually do the things that they're telling you. With no action, you're not going to get anything from it. I would highly recommend this to almost anybody in business today. I have recommended it to some of my other business partners. It's phenomenal. It's really something that if you want to start a business, the old way of doing things is gone. This is what you got to do. It's the only way it'll work.
Hey, this is Charles and Amber Koloff. We're the owners of Koloff Fitness.
The way we're able to do that is working with Clay for the last 3 years. He has really readjusted our thinking and taught us that our business is here to serve us. And by doing that, we're able to live the lifestyle we want and take off on a random vacation last minute. So we had totally planned on being at the conference. So wish we could be there and meet all of you. We know you're having a great time. So
yes, Clay in the last 3 years has helped us build all the necessary systems, checklists, workflows, task lists, time blocks, audits that are always running, and the right capable lieutenants to keep track of all that so that you too can get time freedom, financial freedom. And that's what we have done, and Clay has helped us do. We've got multiple companies in multiple states, and they're all doing very well, getting ready to go 2 more locations in this next year. And Koloff Fitness has a really big future. We're teaming up with a couple other groups, and we should scale the company here shortly. Hopefully we'll open like 50 locations in the next 10 years. So, but yeah, we're on the way. We're gonna probably more than double our company, maybe triple our company in the next 8 to 9 months. And it's just awesome. God is working in our business, and we're making Jesus and changing lives. We're a strong Christian company that focuses on making Jesus famous and changing lives in the fitness field. And this is Charles and Amber Koloff. Thank you, Thrive. Hit your action items. We love you guys. Yeah. We wish we were there. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
My name is Jennifer Johnson. I'm in the pest control industry and also weed control and fertilization, and my business is Platinum Pest and Lawn. Some of the things that I'll be able to apply a lot of the things that I've learned in our business because this is not my first conference, and so a lot of the things that we learned we've put into place, and now we're doing the next level of refining the processes or just the different concepts, and so it's getting better and better. Things that were just big processes before, we have the foundation laid, and now we're able to make it better and better, and I'm hearing different things now that we've implemented things, and so we can just make it even better implementing it into our own business. Clay's presentation and the atmosphere is very exciting and fun. It keeps you awake. It makes it interesting. You have a lot of information, but if it's not going to be entertaining, your brain is going to tune it out. But Clay makes it just entertaining enough that you retain what you learn. Lots of rhyming and catchy things so that you remember stuff. Something that makes this conference different than other workshops or conferences that I've been to is that there's a lot of people here in my same situation. We're all, most of us are pretty small businesses wanting to improve, and we want real life information and something that will work and that's attainable, and not just some crazy magic formula, but actual action items that we can implement in our business and actually see a difference. Everyone should attend a Thrive Type Business Conference, whether you're a business owner or not. If you're a business owner, it has practical applications that you can apply to so many different parts of your business, and then you need to come back for more so that you can keep doing more of the wonderful things that you learn. But secondly, I am also a mom of 3 kids, and a lot of the concepts can actually be applied to home, like getting routines and getting setting systems at home has just seriously made a huge difference in my life at home. So I've been able to improve our business, but I've also been able to improve things at home. And so that's why everyone should come, no matter what your station is in life.
Yeah, my name is Nolan Q. I'm originally from San Francisco, California. The industry that I'm in is financial services. I've learned a ton so far, but what I can best apply from this conference is the opportunity, that hunger to go out there and make a big difference in my industry. Clay's presentation style is amazing. He's got an endless amount of energy. It's contagious, and yeah, by being here, I really do want to go back and be able to face all the adversity that the industry has. Yeah, this conference, the thing that makes it different is it's special because it has a unique set of individuals that all share that same energy. I think he pegs it as dragon energy, but yeah, that's everyone should come to multiple, but their first would be very special. Yeah, you're welcome with a lot of enthusiasm. That'll last for a long time.
My name is Gabriella Cruz. Our business is ECS Electric. My husband's the owner, but I'm involved with that, and so we're an electrical company. Well, here at the conference they talk a lot about consistency, and so just staying consistent with different things in the business, and I feel like applying that to our business model will really help us grow. The atmosphere is very positive, uplifting, and then it's very fun and energetic, and so it gets you pumped and it gets you excited, and it encourages you to do big things. Probably how real they are. They tell you up front what you need to do and what's like a no-go, and some conferences they kind of sugarcoat things, so I like how real they are here. I think it'll definitely, if you want your business to grow, I think this would be a great experience, and then not only that, it'll encourage you and inform you on so many things you don't think about on a daily basis.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy. I'm originally from Tulsa, born and raised here. I've definitely learned a lot about life design and making sure the business serves you. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls, figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. I literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side. Play is hilarious. I literally laughed so hard that I started having tears yesterday. And we've been learning a lot, which, you know, we've been sitting here, we've been learning a lot, and so the humor definitely helps. It breaks it up. But the content is awesome, off the charts, and it's very interactive. You can raise your hand. It's not like you're just listening to the professor speak, you know. The wizard teaches, but the wizard interacts and he takes questions, so that's awesome. If you're not attending the conference, you're missing about 3/4 to half of your life. You're definitely, it's probably worth a couple $1,000s. So you're missing the thought process of someone that's already started like 9 profitable businesses. So not only is it a lot of good information, but just getting in the thought process of Clay Clark or Dr. Zellner or any of the other coaches, getting in the thought process of how they're starting all these businesses, to me, just that is priceless. That's money. Well, we're definitely not getting upsold here. My wife and I have attended conferences where where it was great information and then they upsold us like half the conference, and I don't want to like bang my head into a wall. and she's like banging her head into the chair in front of her. Like, it's good information, but we're like, oh my gosh, I want to strangle you. Shut up and go with the presentation that we paid for. And that's not here. There's no upsells or anything, so that's awesome. I hate that. It makes me angry. So glad that's not happening. So the cost of this conference is quite a bit cheaper than business college. I went to a small private liberal arts college and got a degree in business, and I didn't learn anything like they're teaching here. I didn't learn linear workflows. I learned stuff that I'm not using, and I haven't been using for the last 9 years. So what they're teaching here is actually way better than what I got at business school. And I went what was actually ranked as a very good business school. I would definitely recommend that people would check out the Thrive 15 conference. The information that you're going to get is just very, very beneficial, and the mindset that you're going to get, that you're going to leave with, is just absolutely worth the price of a little bit of money and a few days worth of your time.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us.
This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right?
So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you, thank you, thank you times 1,000.
So we really just want to thank you, Clay, and thank you, Vanessa, for everything you've done, everything you've helped us with. We love you guys.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns, because our clubs were all closed for 3 months, and you have $350,000 of bills you got to pay, and we have no accounts receivable. He helped us navigate that, and of course we were conservative enough that we could afford to take that on for a period of time. But it was, anyways, great man. I'm very impressed with him. So Clay, thank you for everything you're doing, and I encourage you, if you haven't ever worked with Clay, work with Clay. He's going to help magnify you, and there's nobody I have ever met that has the ability to work as hard as he does. He probably sleeps 4, maybe 6 hours a day, and literally the rest of the time he's working, and he can outwork everybody in the room every single day, and he loves it. So anyways, this is Charles Kola with Kola Fitness. Thank you, Clay, and anybody out there that's wanting to work with Clay, it's a great opportunity to ever work with him. So you guys have a blessed one. This is Charles Kola. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Aaron Antis with Shaw Homes. I first heard about Clay through a mortgage lender here in town who had told me what a great job he had been doing for them, and I actually noticed he was driving a Lamborghini all of a sudden, so I was willing to listen. In my career, I've sold a little over $800 million in real estate. So honestly, I thought I kind of knew everything about marketing and homes. And then I met Clay, and my perception of what I knew and what I could do definitely changed. After doing $800 million in sales over a 15-year career, I really thought I knew what I was doing. I've been managing a large team of salespeople for the last 10 years here with Shaw Homes. And I mean, we've been a company that's been in business for 35 years. We've become one of the largest builders in the Tulsa area, and that was without Clay. So when I came to know Clay, I really thought, man, there's not much more I need to know, but I'm willing to listen. The interesting thing is our internet leads from our website has actually, in a 4-month period of time, has gone from somewhere around 10 to 15 leads in a month to 180 internet leads in a month. Just from the few things that he's shown us how to implement that I honestly probably never would have come up with on my own. So I got a lot of good things to say about the system that Clay put in place with us, and it's just been an incredible experience. I am very glad that we met and had the opportunity to work with Clay. So the interaction with the team and with Clay on a weekly basis is honestly very enlightening. One of the things that I love about Clay's perspective on things is that he doesn't come from my industry. He's not somebody who's in the home building industry. I've listened to all the experts in my field. Our company has paid for me to go to seminars, international builder shows, all kinds of places where I've had the opportunity to learn from the experts in my industry. But the thing that I found working with Clay is that he comes from such a broad spectrum of working with so many different types of businesses that he has a perspective that's difficult for me to gain because I get so entrenched in what I do, I'm not paying attention to what other leading industry experts are doing. And Clay really brings that perspective for me. It is very valuable time every week when I get that hour with him. From my perspective, the reason that any business owner who's thinking about hooking up with Thrive needs to definitely consider it is because the results that we've gotten in a very short period of time are honestly monumental. It has really exceeded my wildest expectation of what he might be able to do. I came in skeptical because I'm very pragmatic, and as I've gone through the process over just a few months, I've realized it's probably one of the best moves we've ever made. I think a lot of people probably feel like they don't need a business or marketing consultant because they maybe are a little bit prideful and like to think they know everything. I know that's how I felt coming in. I mean, we're a big company that's definitely one of the largest in town. And so we kind of felt like we knew what we were doing. And I think for a lot of people, they let their ego get in the way of listening to somebody that might have a better or different perspective than theirs. I would just really encourage you, if you're thinking about working with Clay, I mean, the thing is, it's month to month. Go give it a try and see what happens. I think in the 35-year history of Shaw Homes, this is probably the best thing that's happened to us. And I know if you give them a shot, I think you'll feel the same way. I know for me, the thing I would have missed out on if I didn't work with Clay is I would have missed out on literally an 1,800% increase in our internet leads. Going from 10 a month to 180 a month, that would have been a huge financial decision to just decide not to give it a shot. I would absolutely recommend Clay Clark to anybody who's thinking about working with somebody in marketing. I would skip over anybody else you were thinking about, and I would go straight to Clay and his team. I guarantee you're not going to regret it because we sure haven't.
My name is Danielle Sprick, and I am the founder of D Sprick Realty Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and my 3 kids started school and they were in school full-time, I was at a crossroads and trying to decide what do I want to do? My degree and my background is in education, but after being a mom and staying home and all of that, I just didn't have a passion for it like I once did. My husband suggested real estate. He's a home builder, so real estate and home building go hand in hand, and we just rolled with it. I love people, I love working with people, I love the building relationships, but one thing that was really difficult for me was the business side of things. The processes and the advertising and marketing. I knew that I did not have what I needed to make that what it should be. So I reached out to Clay at that time, and he and his team have been extremely instrumental in helping us build our brand, help market our business, our agents, the homes that we represent. Everything that we do is a direct line from Clay and his team and all that they've done for us. We launched our brokerage, our real estate brokerage, 8 months ago. And in that time, we've gone from myself and one other agent to just this week, we signed on our 16th agent. We have been blessed with the fact that we right now have just over 10 million in pending transactions. 3 years ago, I never would have even imagined that I would be in this role that I'm in today, building a business, having 16 agents. But I have to give credit where credit's due, and Clay and his team and the business coaching that they've offered us has been huge. It's been instrumental in what we're doing. Don't ever limit your vision. When you dream big, big things happen.
I started a business because I couldn't work for anyone else. I do things my way. I do what I think is in the best interest of the patient. I don't answer to insurance companies. I don't answer to large corporate organizations. I answer to my patient, and that's it. My thought when I opened my clinic was I can do this all myself. I don't need additional outside help in many ways. I went to medical school. I can figure this out. But it was a very, very steep learning curve. Within the first 6 months of opening my clinic, I had a $63,000 embezzlement. I lost multiple employees. Clay helped us weather the storm of some of the things that are just a lot of people experience, especially in the medical world. He was instrumental in helping with the specific written business plan. He's been instrumental in hiring good quality employees, using the processes that he outlines for getting in good talent, which is extremely difficult. He helped me in securing the business loans. He helped me with web development and search engine optimization. We've been able to really keep a steady stream of clients coming in because they found us on the web. With everything that I encountered, everything that I experienced, I quickly learned it is worth every penny to have someone in your team that can walk you through and even avoid some of the pitfalls that are almost invariable in starting your own business. I'm Dr. Chad Edwards, and I own Revolution Health and Wellness Clinic.
The conference is kicked off. This house is packed. We've got Aaron Antis with Shaw Homes up there. We've got Steve Currington with Total Lifting Concepts up there talking about what is possible when you just implement, when you do the proven system. It's so exciting. People are going crazy. Now, Michael Levine, writer of many, many PR books, the man who represented people like Michael Jackson, Barbra Streisand, and George Bush. He is standing behind me, speaking to the people here at our conference, talking about branding. One of the greatest branding experts alive today is here at our conference, talking to entrepreneurs. We just wrapped up day one. It was incredible. We had some remarkable speakers. Michael Levine. We just finished with a lady named Jill Donovan, who owns a company called Rustic Cuff, talking about the power of the Dream 100. I cannot wait to see what tomorrow holds. Hey guys, Luke Erickson with the Thrive Time Show here with you. It is day 2 and the energy is high. People are so excited to be showing up. The team is ready. Come on, let's see what it's like to go on in for day 2. Follow me. Tell you what, people are so excited to be here for day 2. It is going to be incredible. Cannot wait to see what today has in store. Right now, here at the conference, we've broken into groups going over search engine optimization. I know for most of us, myself included, if you hear that term, you go, what is that? What does that mean? That's too techie for me. Well, our experts are breaking it down for people so that you can clearly understand how to come up top in Google. It's doable. It's possible. Now we're in the middle of a break, and what we like to do is we like to give you as much tangible and relevant information from about the start of the hour for 45 minutes. Then we take approximately a 15-minute break to allow people to connect with other entrepreneurs around them, bathroom breaks, and also use this time to just really digest all of the good information that you're receiving the whole time. Right behind me, we've got Bob with his grill gun, melting an ice sculpture. It is awesome. The ice sculpture represents our life, right? It's here for a time, but we all need to have the sense of urgency to implement the things that we're learning so that we can make the most of the time that we have. We are outside. You can see a line behind me. What's going on is that we partner with different companies to help them implement the proven systems over and over and over again. And one of those companies is Master Machine. And so what we like to do is partner with these companies to also help them give samples to other people as they come to the conference and truly get their name out. I just wanted to recap some of the amazing things that have happened today. We've had entrepreneurs like Paul Hood with Hood CPAs. We've had Jill Donovan and Michael Levine come up and just impart so much wisdom and knowledge. We've got an incredible giveaway for one of our TVs. Hey there, Thrive Nation. One of the things that we love most about our business conferences is that we want every entrepreneur to leave with their questions answered. So what we do is we let them put the questions up on the board here so that they can ask their specific questions, and Clay will not end the conference until every question is answered. Clay Clark is answering all the different questions that entrepreneurs have brought to the conference. Whenever someone comes here and starts to hear this information, especially for the first time, it just brings about so much anticipation of wanting to actually implement the proven systems and processes. And so Clay always wants to make sure that he answers all of their questions so that they are the most set up for success to be able to go home and start implementing. If you have any questions, email us at info@thrivetimeshow.com. We have come to the end of the 2019 Christmas conference. It was incredible. These entrepreneurs have gotten so many tangible things that they can go and they can implement. Check us out for more information at thrivetimeshow.com. And as we always like to do, we want to end with a boom. 3, 2, 1, boom!
Once I saw what they were doing, I knew I had to get here at the conference. This is probably the best conference or seminar I've ever been to in over 30 years in business.
You're not bored. You're awake, alive the whole time. It's not pushy. They don't try to sell you a bunch of things.
I was looking to learn how to just get control of my life, my schedule, and just get control of business.
Planning your time, breaking it all down, making time for the F6 in your life, and just really implementing it and sticking with the program.
It's really lively. They're pretty friendly, helpful, very welcoming.
I attended a conference a couple months back, and it was really the best business conference I've ever attended.
At the workshop, I learned a lot about time management, really prioritizing what's the most important.
Biggest takeaways are, you want to take a step-by-step approach to your business. Whether it's marketing, what are those 3 marketing tools that you want to use, to human resources.
Now, some of the most successful people and successful businesses in this town, their owners were here today because they wanted to know more from Clay, and I found that to be kind of fascinating.
The most valuable thing that I've learned is diligence, that businesses don't change overnight. It takes time and effort, and you got to go through the ups and downs of getting it to where you want to go.
He actually gives you the roadmap out. I was stuck, didn't know what to do, and he gave me the roadmap out step by step.
We've set up systems in the business that make my life much easier, allow me some time freedom.
Here you can ask any question you want. They guarantee it'll be answered.
This conference motivates me and also give me a lot of knowledge and tools.
It's up to you to do it. Everybody can do these things. There's stuff that everybody knows, but if you don't do it, nobody else can do it for you.
I can see the marketing working, and it's just an approach that makes sense.
Probably the most notable thing is just the income increase that we've had.
Everyone's super fun, it's super motivating. I've been here before, but I'm back again because it motivates me.
Your competition's going to come eventually, or try to pick up these tactics. So you better, if you don't, somebody else will.
If you decide to not attend the Thrive Time workshop, you're missing out on a great opportunity.
The atmosphere of Clay's office is very lively. You can feel the energy as soon as you walk through the door, and it really got me and my team very excited.
If you decide not to come, you're missing out on an opportunity to grow your business. Bottom line.
Love the environment. I love the way that Clay presents and teaches. It's a way that not only allows me to comprehend what's going on, but he explains it in a way to where it just makes sense.
The SEO optimization, branding, marketing, I've learned more in the last 2 days than I have the entire 4 years of college.
The most valuable thing that I've learned, marketing is key. Marketing is everything.
Making sure that you're branded accurately and clearly. How to grow our business using Google reviews, and then just how to optimize our name through our website also.
Helpful with a lot of marketing, search engine optimization, helping us really rank high in Google.
The biggest thing I needed to learn was how to build my foundation, how to systemize everything and optimize everything, build my SEO.
How to become more organized, more efficient.
How to make sure the business is really there to serve me as opposed to me constantly being there for the business.
New ways of advertising my business, as well as
recruiting new employees.
Group interviews, number one. Before we felt like we were held hostage by our employees. Group interviews has completely eliminated that because you're able to really find the people that would really be the best fit.
Hands-on how to hire people, how to deal with human resources, a lot about marketing, and overall just how to structure the business to how it works for me, and also then how that can translate into working better for my clients.
The most valuable thing I've learned here is time management.
I like the 1 hour of doing your business is real critical if I'm going to grow and change.
Play really teaches you how to navigate through those things and not only find freedom, but find your purpose in your business and find the purposes for all those other people that directly affect your business as well.
Everybody.
Everyone needs to attend the conference because you get an opportunity to see that it's real.